what we want to do through today and then next month in May is we want to develop a sermon together. And so the assignment I want you to work on, these first 5 stages of sermon development with a specific text that I'm going to give you. The section of Scripture that I would like you to work on in developing a sermon, a good sermon outline, is the section of Scripture we're going to look at is 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 16 through chapter 4, verse 8. 2 Timothy 3:16 through 4, verse 8. And our ultimate goal out of this is at the end of the course, I would like you to have a detailed sermon outline that includes your exegetical idea, your homiletical idea, the major points of the sermon, and a written introduction. Write out the transitions. We'll cover that next time. And write out your conclusion. So a written introduction, your major sermon points, and a conclusion is what needs to be on your outline. And a statement of your homiletical idea and a statement of your exegetical idea. So I hope that's clear. So before we meet next month, I believe that's the 9th of May, before we meet next month, here's what I need you to do during these next 4 weeks. I gave you a section of Scripture there, and you can choose as your preaching text that whole section or any part of that section. So look through that section of the text I gave you in 2 Timothy and select that portion of the section that I gave you. Select the portion that you're going to develop your sermon from. So first, choose your sermon text. That's the first thing I need you to do this month. And then the second thing, study the passage out, gather your notes, which is the second stage, and then determine your final exegetical idea and the way you're going to develop that. So the exegetical idea, the subject and the complements, and the way that all fits together in that text. Determine your exegetical idea. Then, stage 4, submit that exegetical idea to the 3 developmental questions. And formulate your homiletical idea. Now, I want to make clear, I'm not asking you at the end of all this to have a full sermon manuscript. The goal here is for you by the end of the course is to have a detailed sermon outline, but you need not have a full manuscripted sermon. So think in terms of developing an outline, a speaking outline, if you will, for your sermon. And these are the first 5 steps in moving towards that final outline. So essentially, pick out your preaching text, study the text, determine the exegetical idea, submit the idea to the developmental questions, and you can begin now to flesh out with those developmental questions, kind of the moves in the sermon, the points of the sermon, and how they're going to fit together, and then formulate your homiletical idea. And you'll be discussing those together and maybe working through and working together on those outlines in the discussion time next month. So hopefully that's, if you have questions about that assignment, please don't hesitate to email me or ask your discussion leader to email me, and I'll try to clarify if the assignment isn't completely clear.